This video is brought to you by IXL, used by millions of students worldwide to get ahead in math, English, and more.
Take a look at this picture. It shows a day in a park, but it's not very detailed, is it? We could add some detail to make it more interesting. For example, we could add in some detail about what activities the people are doing, like this. How fun! And we could add some detail to the park itself, too. Maybe it could be autumn, with warm fall colors and leaves floating to the ground. Nice! And maybe this park is in a city, so we could add a city skyline in the distance. Wow! Adding in all those details really helped bring this picture to life, don't you think? Now it's much more interesting to look at and helps us see exactly what's happening. We can do this when we write, too. Today, we're going to read a story together. Then, we'll add some imagery, or descriptive details, to help readers imagine exactly what's happening in the story. Here's our story. Let's read it. Jessica flung open her bedroom door and dropped her schoolbooks on the desk. She was about to turn around and plop onto her bed, but something on her desk caught her eye. It was a small shoe. As if that wasn't weird enough, she noticed that it had mud on the bottom, like it had been worn. As she looked, she saw a line of tiny muddy footprints going across her desk to a plate of cookies she had left there overnight. She noticed, too, that a cookie had been taken. She followed the trail of cookie crumbs across her desk and down to the electrical outlet on the wall. Jessica saw that the wall plate for the outlet was sticking out from the wall a bit. She pulled at it with one finger. To her astonishment, the rectangular plate swung open. It was a door. Behind it stood two teeny people. One was missing a shoe. Jessica was stunned. Wow, this story is already pretty detailed, but I bet we can make it even better. Let's start with this sentence. I think we can add some detail here to describe the shoe a little more. Let's see. Well, we already know it's small, but just how small is it? Let's add some more detail to describe that. For example, we could add, no bigger than a ladybug. Nice. We could also be more specific about what kind of shoe it is. Maybe it could be a red high heel shoe, or perhaps a royal blue sneaker, or even a pastel pink ballet flat. Let's go with the sneaker. So, our new sentence reads, it was a small royal blue sneaker, no bigger than a ladybug. That's much more descriptive. Okay, another way to add imagery is to use strong descriptive verbs. Let's try it out with this sentence. How about we replace the word looked with a stronger verb? It seems like Jessica is looking carefully, like she's searching for something. So, how about we replace looked with the verb investigated? That's a strong descriptive verb. It creates the image that Jessica is carefully searching for clues, almost like a detective. Awesome! Another way to add imagery to our writing is by adding in some sensory language. That means adding a detail that describes how something looks, feels, smells, sounds, or tastes. Do you see anywhere we could add a detail like that? How about this sentence? Let's add in a sensory detail to help readers imagine how the wall plate sounds as it swings open. What if we made it squeak like a rusty old door? We could add with a high-pitched squeak here. So, now it reads, to her astonishment, the rectangular plate swung open with a high-pitched squeak. Nice. Okay, let's try one more strategy. Showing the reader what's happening, instead of just telling them, is another great way to add imagery to our writing. Check out the last sentence of our story. Let's change this up to show that Jessica's stunned, instead of just telling readers that she's stunned. What's an action Jessica might do if she's stunned? Well, she might open her mouth wide, like she's shocked. And she might gasp, like she can't believe what she's seeing. Finally, we could have her lean in, like she's trying to get a closer look. So let's write this. Jessica's mouth fell wide open. She gasped and leaned in closer. Oh, that's much more interesting to read, and it really helps us picture what's happening here. Great work today. The next time you write a story, make sure you include lots of imagery for your readers. By including detailed descriptions, strong verbs, and sensory details, along with showing what's happening instead of telling, you can help your readers really imagine the setting, characters, and events in your story. Give it a try.
Head over to IXL.com for more practice on this skill and thousands more videos in math and language arts.